country and providing penalties for violation thereof. If we recall, President Ferdinand Bongbong R. Marcos Jr. in his 22 July State of the Nation address gave a directive banning pogos in the country. The House immediately responded by creating the Quad Committee, tasked to probe into the widespread criminal activities associated with pogo. As a result, the Quadcom inquiry or investigation, they came up with House Bill number 10987, which was filed with the aim to prohibit all forms of offshore gaming in the country and impose strict penalties on violators. We note also that last November 5, President Marcos issued Executive Order number 74, imposing an immediate ban on offshore and internet gaming in the Philippines. The executive order, entitled Immediate Ban of Philippine Offshore Gaming, Internet Gambling, and Other Offshore Gaming Operations in the Philippines, is directed to all POGOs or IGLs to wind down by December 31 of this year. The committee will likewise approve two committee reports, namely a committee report on a bill prohibiting any activity related to online cockfighting or isabong operations and providing penalties for violation thereof, and another committee report on a bill prohibiting the establishment and operations of cockpits and other structures or facilities for holding cockfights near schools and other educational institutions, church buildings, and other places of worship, providing penalties for violation thereof. So I look forward to a fruitful discussion with everyone. Thank you. So we now proceed to the initial deliberation of the 5 House bills. First, since wala pa naman yung may we call on Brother Eddie Villanueva for his message on House Bill number 10725.
Thank you very much. Pagpalang araw po sa lahat. Good morning to everyone. To the Honorable Chairperson, Congressman Tony Ferrer, and to the distinguished members of this Honorable Committee, to all our guests and to the Filipino people watching us today, a blessed morning to all of you. Mr. Chair, this representation who authors House Bill 10725 entitled An Act Banning Philippine Offshore Gaming Operations, POGO, and other operations related thereto and for other purposes, would like to request that the explanatory note of the said bill be inserted into the record as a sponsorship speech of this representation. Moreover, Mr. Chair, I would like to add the following remarks as part of my sponsorship speech. Mr. Chair, una po sa lahat, kami po sa SIBAC Party List ay nagpapasalamat sa inyo at sa committee ito para sa inyong pag-aksyon sa mga panukalang batas na nagbabawal sa POGO sa ating bansa. Mr. Chair, hayag na hayag po ang mga naging epekto ng payagan ng ating pamahalaan ang mag-operate sa Pilipinas ang mga POGOs. Una, nagdala ito ng maraming malalang kriminalidad sa ating bansa. Ayon mismo sa Philippine Anti-Organized Crime Community or PAOCC, samot-samot ang mga krimen na involve ang POGOs: kidnapping, prostitution, human trafficking, droga, money laundering at iba pa. Pangalawa, lugi ang gobyerno sa mga economic benefits na nawawala dahil sa pagpayag sa mga POGO. Ayon sa Department of Finance or DOF, humigit kumulang 99 billion taon-taon ang nawawala sa ating ekonomiya tulad ng foregone investments at revenues dahil sa reputational risks na dala ng gambling firms ng POGOs. Pangatlo, naiisahan din ang gobyerno natin dahil ang mga POGO ay hindi naman nagbayad ng tamang buwis sa pamahalaan. Ayon sa Bureau of Internal Revenue or BIR, 10 billion lamang ng dapat ay 24 billion taon-taon ang nababayad sa tax ng POGO. Pangapat, ang mga POGO ay breeding ground ng malalang korupsyon. nagbibigay oportunidad sa korupsyon, extortion at bribery ng mga tiwaling opisyal ng pamahalaan ang mga pogo kapalit ng pagpapasok ng mga illegal foreign nationals para makapagtrabaho dito at kapalit ng pag-aproba ng mga lisensya at sertifikasyon sa kanilang mga pogo. Mr. Chair, ang kislap ng salapi ng mga pogo ay nagiging dahilan upang magnakaw ang mga tiwali sa gobyerno at kapalit nito ang kapakanan ng ating bayan. Naalala ko ang sabi ng Psalm 89 verse 14, righteousness and justice are the foundation of God's throne. Love and faithfulness go before you, unquote. Panlima, Mr. Chair, dahil sa Pogo, nakapasok ang Pogo politics sa ating bayan. Dahil sa Pogo money, may mga banyagang nakatakbot na ihalal sa kapangyarihan. Kung hindi natin ito wawakasan, ang ating bansay mapupuno ng mga leader na pinatakbo, ginastusan, inisponsor ng Pogo money, dahilan upang ang ating pamahalaan at ang ating kinabukasan ay maging alipin o sunod-sunuran ng interest ng mga Pogo at gambling operators. Mr. Chair, kahit pa nga nasa labas ng bansa, ang mga kliyente ng Pogo, ang representasyon pong ito'y tutol sa gambling. Una, dahil labag ito sa utos ng Diyos na may gawa ng langit at lupa. Pangalawa, hindi natin ito kailangan. Mr. Chair, hindi po natin kailangan ng mga Pogo upang umunlad ang ating bayan. Tingnan po natin ang Middle East countries. Marami sa kanila ay mauunlad na bayan. Ngunit pinagbabawal sa kanila ang gambling. Bansang China mismo, Mr. Chair, illegal ang gambling at Pogo. Bakit natin papayagan dito? Panghuli, Mr. Chair, tayo po'y tutol sa Pogo dahil ang konsepto mismo ng gambling ay kasuklam-suklam sa Diyos. Ayaw ng Diyos ang gambling dahil una, dinadala ng gambling ang tao sa iba't ibang kasalanan, kasamaan at kapahamakan tulad ng inggitan, pagnanakaw, pagsisinungaling, panlalamang, pagiging ganid or materialistic at maging ang pagpatay. Naalala kong bigla rin ang Colossians chapter 3, verse 5, verse 6, and quote, put to death, therefore, whatever belongs to your earthly nature, sexual immorality, impurity, lust, evil desires, and greed or covetousness, which is idolatry according to the word of God. And because of this, the wrath of God is coming. I just want to get the attention of our beloved countrymen. When the wrath of God is coming to you, your children, your children's children, maging kaapu-apuan sa tuhod ay dadanas ng wrath of God. Why? Up to third and fourth generations. Itong revelation ng banal na kasulatan. Sa Revelation 21 verse 8, but the cowardly, the unbelieving, the vile, the murderers, the sexually immoral, those who practice magic arts, the idolaters, again, ang covetousness is considered as idolatry in the Bible. Ang sabi rito, and all liars, they will be consigned to fiery lake of burning sulfur. This is the second death. Just a reminder to the entire Filipino people. Pangalawa, tinatanggal ng paniniwala sa sugal ang katotohanan ng may Diyos na pwedeng magpala sa ating pamilya at bansa nang hindi kumakapit sa get rich quick at easy money formula ng pagsusugal. Pangatlo, tinuturuan ng gambling ang mga tao na maging tamad at iasa sa kapalaran ang pag-unlad sa buhay kaysa sa pagsisikap at pagiging matapat. Sa katunayan, ang terminolohiyang gambling industry ay isang malaking contradiction. I just don't know why this gambling is called as gambling industry. Ang isang industry ay nakasalig sa sipag, tiyaga, at pagtatrabaho, ngunit ang gambling ay nagtuturo ng get-rich-quick mentality. Dahil dito marami ang naging gambling addict na mismong pagkor ang umamin upang maraming buhay at pamilyang masira. Ito din, Mr. Chair, ang dahilan kung bakit namin tinututulan ang isabong at iba pang uri ng gambling. Hindi katakataka kung bakit may kabalikat na ill effects ang Pogo at gambling tulad ng krimen, korupsyon at pagkawala ng buhay. Ito'y dahil sa simulat sa pool, hindi kalooban ng Diyos ang gambling at ang anumang bagay na kapahamakan ang dadalhin sa atin. Mismong Diyos ang nagsabi sa kanyang 10 Commandments. Doon sa 10 Commandments, thou shalt not covet. Exodus 12:20 verse 15. Do not covet your neighbor's possessions or neighbor's wife. Ang sabi roon. At huwag kang magnasang mag-angkin o pag-imbutan ang bahay o kabuhayan ng iyong kapwa. Paraphrasing. Hindi natin kailangang mag-assess kung nakabubuti ba o hindi ang Pogo. The fact na hindi ito ayon sa approval ng Diyos, ay tiyak na kapahamakan ang dala nito sa atin. Well, doon sa mga taong kuminsan kinu-question ang Diyos, nagmamarunong na higit pa sa Diyos, sorry to say. Gusto ko na ipaalala sa lahat, the very preamble of the Philippine Constitution acknowledges the existence of the living God. And I quote, "We, the sovereign Filipino people, imploring the aid of Almighty God, in order to build a just and human society and establish a government that shall embody our ideals and aspirations, promote the common good, conserve and develop our patrimony, and secure to ourselves and our posterity the blessings of independence and democracy under the rule of law and a regime of truth, justice, freedom, love, equality, and peace do ordain and promulgate this Constitution." Kaya naman, Mr. Chair, bilang suporta sa polisiya na pinasimulan ng Pangulong Bongbong Marcos, naway aprubahan natin ang panukalang batas na ito upang wakasana natin ng tuluyan ang Pogo sa ating bansa. The passage of anti-Pogo bills in this honorable committee is earnestly sought. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Thank you, distinguished colleagues. God bless you and God bless the Philippines. Thank you.
Thank you very much, the Honorable Brother Eddie Villanueva. Next, we'll hear from the principal author of House Bill number 1036. Comsec, can you kindly read the title of the House measure? 10636.
House Bill number 10636 entitled An Act Banning Philippine Offshore Gaming Operators in the Philippines and for Other Purposes, authored by Representative Richard I. Gomez, DPA.
Congressman Gomez, you have the floor.
Thank you. Good morning, Mr. Chair. Colleagues, magandang umaga sa mga bisita natin. Senator, good morning. House Bill 10636. The Pogo industry, ladies and gentlemen, has been linked to an increase in criminal activities, including kidnapping, extortion, and prostitution. The Philippine National Police and other law enforcement agencies have documented numerous cases involving Pogo-related crimes, indicating a significant threat to public safety and order. The influx of foreign workers, particularly from China, employed by Pogos, has strained local resources and led to social tensions. There have been numerous instances of illegal immigration, with foreign nationals overstaying their visas or entering the country without proper documentation. This situation has put additional pressure on the Bureau of Immigration and other regulatory bodies to monitor and control their activities on these workers. The economic impact of Pogo is also a point of contention. While Pogos contribute to government revenues through taxes and fees, and economic benefits are overshadowed by the costs associated with increased crime and regulatory enforcement. Sabi nga ng Pangulo sa order niya, based on the study conducted by the Department of Finance, the risks and negative consequences such as increased crime rates, social instability, and exploitation of vulnerable people associated with Pogo activity significantly outweigh the economic and social benefits derived from the Pogo industry. Furthermore, ladies and gentlemen, concerns have been raised about the potential for money laundering activities within the Pogo industry. The Anti-Money Laundering Council, or the AMLAC, has identified suspicious transactions linked to Pogo operations, indicating a risk of illicit financial flows that could undermine the country's financial stability and international reputation, including proliferation amongst our politicians in the country. In light of these issues, this bill seeks to ban the operation of Pogos in the Philippines to address these pressing issues and concerns and safeguard public order and welfare. By prohibiting Pogo activities, the government aims to reduce crime rates, number one, mitigate social tensions, protect economic interests, and uphold the integrity of the nation's financial system. This legislative measure, ladies and gentlemen, is a proactive step towards ensuring a safer, more stable, and harmonious society for all Filipinos. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congressman Gomez. Before we proceed, the chair would like to acknowledge Vice Chairperson Congressman Romeo M. Acop of the 2nd District of Antipolo and Representative Franz L. Castro, Deputy Minority Leader of ACT Teachers Party List. We now go to House Bill number 10525. Kindly read, Comsec, the title of the House measure.
House Bill number 10525 entitled An Act Banning Philippine Offshore Gaming Operators and Criminalizing Their Operations, authored by Representatives Franz L. Castro, Arlene D. Brosas, and Raul Daniel A. Manuel.
Thank you, Comsec. The Honorable Franz Castro is recognized for her sponsorship message.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat, sa ating mga colleagues na nandito at sa ating mga resource person. Mr. Chair, similar ang bill na ito sa measures na nauna nang tinalakay ng komiting ito, kabilang ang House Bill 5082 ni Representative Benny Abante. Malinaw ang layunin ng House Bill 10525, ipagbawal ang lahat ng pogo, anuman ang pangalan o panibagong tawag, anuman ang forma at anuman ang pinagmayabang ngunit di napatunayang economic benefits. Mula pa naman noong nakaraang administrasyon, posisyon na ng makabayan at ng malawak na mamamayan na hindi dapat isugal ng gobyerno ang kaligtasan ng mga Pilipino at ekonomiya ng bansa sa mga pangako ng pogo. Kasama ng EJK sa peking gera kontra droga at gera laban sa mga kritiko, ang pogo ay masangsang na legasiya ng Administrasyong Duterte. Legasiyang dapat nating tuluyang wakasan, paghalawan ng aral at singilin ang pananagutan. Para gawin ito, Mr. Chair, mahalaga at mapagpasyang hakbang ang pag-repeal ng Republic Act number 11590 o POGO Act, related executive orders at rules and regulations ng PAGCOR at iba pang mga ahensya. Ang mga ito ay nagbigay ng legal cover para sa isang illegal business, binigyan ng imprimatur mismo ng dating Pangulo. Ang siya ring taong nagtanggol sa POGO ng paulit-ulit nung nagsimulang sumisigaw ang mga krimen, abuso at iba pang mga baho nito. May ilan lang na pagkakaiba ang House Bill 10525 sa mga naunang panukala, Mr. Chair, na nais namin ikonsidera ng komite. Una ay ang pagtatanggal ng interagency body na ginawang implementing body ng magiging batas. Suggestion namin gawing ahensyang tagapagpatupad ang lahat ng concerned agencies, DOJ, DILG, PAGCOR, AMLA at iba pa. Maari tayong magtalaga ng isa o ilang leader agencies. Ikalawa, may express provision sa House Bill 10525 na hiwalay ang proceedings at pananagutan sa ilalim ng Ban Pogo Law at ng AMLA at ang anti-trafficking laws. Sa ganitong paraan, Mr. Chair, malinaw na mananagot ang mga responsable sa pagtatayo at pagpapatakbo ng Pogo, sa paglalaba ng pera o pagkukubli ng mula sa illegal at kriminal na gawain, sa trafficking, sa labor violations at iba pang krimen at irregularidad. Kung opisyal ng gobyerno may dagdag na perpetual absolute disqualification from public office, including the loss of all rights to retirement benefits for any office currently and previously held. Ikatlo ay ang express repeal ng RA 11590, gaya ng napaliwanag ko na kanina. Mr. Chair, ang ikaapat ay may consequences sa agencies heads na di makagawa ng IRR sa takdang panahon. Ito ay para maging malinaw na mandatory ng paggawa ng IRR at hindi magpapatumpik-tumpik ang mga responsableng ahensya sa pagkapatupad ng anti-pogo law. Naniniwala kami na considering recent developments and revelations sa committee gaya ng Quadcom, dapat ay kumilos ang pamahalaan ngayon na, gamit ang lahat ng kasalukuyang otoridad at kapangyarihan nila. Rape, murder at EJKs, illegal recruitment, human trafficking, prostitution, illegal detention, inhumane labor terms and conditions, money laundering, immigration bribery schemes, scam hubs, kampo at arsenal ng private army. Simula lang ito ng mahabang listahan ng kriminalidad at pambibiktima ng mga Pilipino na kinanlong at kinubli ng Pogo. Ang mga Pogo ay kinanlong at kinubi ng nakaraang rehimen sa pamamagitan ng batas at mga regulasyon. Kaya Mr. Chair, napapanahong lansagin na natin ang legal cover na ito, kasabay ng iba pang pagdinig ng Kamara tungkol sa pananagutan ng nakaraang rehimen. Maraming salamat, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Congresswoman Castro. Now, before we proceed to the next House measure, we will forego with the deliberation on House Bill number 5082 of Congressman Benny Abante. It's entitled An Act Banning and Declaring Illegal Philippine Offshore Gaming Operations. As it is, because Congressman Abante is also the co-author of House Bill number 10987. So we now proceed to House Bill number 10987. Comsec, kindly read the title.
House Bill number 10987 entitled An Act Prohibiting All Forms of Offshore Gaming Operations in the Country and Providing Penalties for Violation thereof. Introduced by Representatives Aurelio Dong D. Gonzalez Jr., David J. C. Suarez, Robert S. Barbers, Dan S. Fernandez, Bienvenido M. Abante Jr., Joseph Stephen Caraps S. Paduano, Romeo M. Acop, Johnny T. Pimentel, Jervil Jinky Beatrix R. Luistro, Ramon Rodrigo L. Gutierrez, Francisco Paulo P. Ortega V, Jefferson F. Kunghon, and Jonathan Kitty Flores.
Thank you, Comsec. Now, may we hear from the Honorable Romeo Acop for the sponsorship message of House Bill number 10987.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Mapagpalang umaga po sa atin lahat. Ito pong bill na ito ay offshoot ng Quadcom hearings. The authors decided to file House Bill number 10987 kasi kuminsan nasasabihan po tayo ng publiko na wala namang lumalabas na bill sa ating mga hearing. So, in response to that, the members of the Quadcom filed House Bill number 10987. This bill seeks to prohibit all forms of offshore gaming operations in the country and provide penalties for violations thereof. The Philippine offshore gaming operators are entities that provide online gambling services to foreigners residing outside the Philippines and hire foreign employees. With the license issued by the Philippine Amusement and Gaming Corporation, POGOs were allowed to establish hubs or self-contained complexes for their operations, with office and residential spaces, food establishments, wellness and recreational facilities, and service shops intended to cater for all the basic needs of their foreign employees. There are reports that various crimes are related to the operation of POGOs and POGO hubs. Being a self-contained area, they are used to conceal these crimes. Several raids conducted by law enforcement agencies on illegal POGO hubs reveal cases of kidnapping, illegal detention, human trafficking, prostitution, and torture. Further, the authorities suspect that illegal POGOs are likewise involved in cybercrime, investment scam, money laundering, tax evasion, and other fraudulent practices. In the recent joint committee hearing of the House Committees on Public Order and Safety and the Games and Amusements, the resource persons and witnesses testified and proved through videos that illegal activities and crimes are being committed in the Pogo hubs. Moreover, besides the alarming illegal activities and crimes being perpetrated by Pogos, there is also a serious concern on national security. The Department of National Defense has reported the presence of international criminal syndicates posing as Pogo hubs, which poses a threat to the country's national security. The Department of Finance and National Economic Development Authority have recommended to President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr. to ban Pogos, and the Makati Business Club and the UP School of Economics fully support the recommendation, citing that the contribution of Pogo investments to our economy is minimal at 0.2% of GDP in 2023, compared to the social costs or ills that directly affect economic growth. Crimes related to Pogos can hinder growth and affect investor perceptions. Answering the clamor and call to ban Pogos, President Ferdinand Romualdez Marcos Jr., in his most recent State of the Nation address, declared the immediate ban of Pogos, citing the association with other illicit activities. While banning the conduct of Pogo and Pogo-related activities and services comes with potential economic losses, allowing them to proliferate comes with the long-term and much higher cost to public safety and institutional integrity. It is necessary to enact a law to ensure that anti-Pogo measures are institutionalized. Thus, this proposed measure. In view of the foregoing, the approval of this bill is earnestly sought. Marami pong salamat, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, the Honorable Acop. At this juncture, we'll call on our resource persons
Mr.
to...
Chair,
Yes, Congressman Loyola.
before we call our resource person, may I be allowed to make some manifestation.
Please proceed.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. Magandang umaga po sa lahat, sa ating colleague. I would like to manifest my strong support to the bills banning Philippine offshore gaming operation in our country. I believe that this is high time that we prohibit all forms of Pogo operation to ensure safety, security, and well-being of the Filipino people and to preserve the moral fabric of our society. The Philippine offshore gaming industry has grown to a significant scale in recent years, but its presence has brought with it a range of serious social consequences that outweigh its purported economic benefits. These include increase in criminal activities, exploitation of foreign and local workers, social instability, erosion of the integrity of our economy, corruption, human trafficking, and blatant violation of our laws. A ban on Pogo is a necessary step toward reclaiming our country's moral, social, and economic integrity. There was already extensive discussion of the social ills regarding the operation of Pogo in our country in different forum and even in the Quadcom. Even our beloved President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos stated in his 2024 SONA, or State of the Nation address, admitted the social problem brought about by Pogo operation in the country. Hence, he gave Pogo to wind up their operation up to December 31, 2024. our president on November 5, 2024 issued executive order for the immediate ban of POGO, internet gaming, and other offshore operation in the Philippines. I believe, Mr. Chair, that there's no need for further discussion with regards to the approval of this bill. And I urge the members of this committee to immediately approve this bill banning the POGO in the Philippines. That will be all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, the Honorable Loyola. Is that a motion or just a manifestation?
A manifestation, if I'll be allowed, Mr. Chair, I'm willing to manifest and move that we immediately approve these several bills banning the operation of POGO in our country.
Before you ask or rule on that, wouldn't it be proper if we hear first our resource persons give their positions and comments on the following measures?
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Congressman Akop.
I do not know if the resource persons will object to this measure simply because the president has already spoken, and what the president says regarding an issue becomes a policy statement of the nation. So I think the motion of the Honorable Loyola is proper, and I would like also to state that we approve the bill subject to the consolidation of all the bills, subject to style, Mr. Chair. So move, Mr. Chair.
Yeah, I agree with that. But some of the resource persons, particularly those from these economic zones, might have some suggestion. If we won't hear them and just approve it now unilaterally, we won't be able to hear their inputs.
Mr. Chair, there were several hearing, meeting, discussion about this POGO, and I believe that what will they say today will be the same as stated in the several hearing conducted by the different committee and even the Quadcom.
I will ask the authors, the other authors who are here, if they are amenable to that.
Mr. Chair, I tend to agree with the motion of Representative Acop. However, since our resource person are here, maybe we could ask them a minute of
We give them a minute to
oo,
state their
parang
position
1 minute
and
lang siguro,
Mamaya.
Mr. Chair, para marinig din natin sila.
bigyan natin.
Okay. I have no objection, Mr. Chair. Only 1 minute, Madam Chair.
Comsec, please time their
Sure.
their
Yes.
comments. So kasi we need to hear the suggestion or inputs coming from CESA, APAB, and APECO, and the other
I have no objection, Mr. Chair. Pasensya na po kayo dahil ang training ko po sa military, kung ano po ang sabihin ng aming presidente at commander-in-chief, we follow and obey. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Correct? Well, actually, ang sabi ng presidente nga, there's no need for a legislation. Pero we deem it best to come up with this. Ang position naman ng ating is for it to advance yung ating legislative solution to strengthen the enforcement efforts and protect our communities. So with that, we maybe ask the DFA, Department of Foreign Affairs, for their brief comment or if they have any suggestion. The DFA representative.
Good morning, Mr. Chair and honorable members of the committee. The Department of Foreign Affairs is pleased to convey that it has transmitted its position paper on the aforementioned bills on banning POGOs, and it reaffirms its support for the said bills in consonance with the passage of EO number 74, series of 2024 by the President, ordering the immediate ban of POGOs, citing the risks to national security and order as basis of the issuance. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. We now ask the representative of the DILG.
Good morning, Mr. Chair. The DILG fully supports the subject legislative measures banning all POGOs in the country, considering its social harm. And as a
Thank you. From the Department of Labor and Employment,
Good morning, Mr. Chair. I'm Coralie Courtney Nankil of Department of Labor and Employment. The department supports the said bills, and if I may, Mr. Chair, manifest the specific comments po.
go ahead, you have 1 minute.
Okay, Mr. Chair. In section 2F of the House Bill number 5082, we recommend the inclusion of the Internet Gaming License or IGL in the scope of the proposed House bills. This is aligned with the rebranding by the PAGCOR to all the POGOs as informed by PAGCOR during the Interagency Task Force on Employment of Foreign Nationals last 2023. The DOLE stands ready to support government efforts in connection with the displaced Filipino workers of POGOs through its existing set of programs intervention. As of now, as of November 12, 2024, the DOLE Regional Office have canceled 36,000 AEPs of foreign nationals in IGL establishments as part of the winding down of operations since the President SONA's declaring the banning of POGOs. That's all, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Mr. Nangkil, has DOLE submitted any position paper on this matter?
Mr. Chair, we will submit our position paper once approved by our principals, Mr. Chair.
By?
Once our principals approve the position paper.
When can we expect you to submit? Because we're in a rush also to come up with the substitute bill for these measures.
We commit to submit our position paper within this week, Mr. Chair.
Thank you.
Thank you po.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
may I have couple of questions po sa DOLE. So una po, what are the plans of DOLE? Is there already a plan of DOLE for the displaced workers, particularly po mga Filipino workers po? Kasi meron din kasing may tumatawag din sa akin ang mga So, Mr. Chair, yung gagawin po ng DOLE sa mga workers.
Thank you, DOLE. Mr. Clay.
Yes. Yes po. DOLE has a plan po. Let me manifest our position paper. Actually, on Section 7 of the House Bill 10636 on Workers Transition Program, to ensure that all Filipino workers affected by this bill will be able to find new and sustainable jobs, we support the formulation and implementation of plans, programs, and activities for their work transition. May we kindly note that the DOLE stands ready to support government efforts in connection with the displaced Filipino workers of POGOs through its existing set of program interventions. If I may, I will read our programs. First, Employment Facilitation Program, We shall conduct job matching, referral, placement services, career development support, labor market information dissemination, and sectoral job fairs. Also, employability and livelihood development services, such as our DLIP or DOLE Integrated Livelihood and Emergency Employment Program. Also, TUPAD and Adjustment Measures Program or AMP and other applicable trainings provided by TESDA. Also, in the effect of stoppage and assistance for foreign nationals, DOLE no longer accepts applications for AEPs for foreign nationals working in IGLs. Upon issuance and effectivity of the stoppage order by PAGCOR, all existing AEPs shall be deemed expired. Regional office shall also coordinate with the affected establishments for the return and surrender of the AEP cards issued to their employees. Also, termination-related assistance, DOLE shall assist in facilitating the payment of all applicable and accrued wages and benefits upon the termination of employment. Other programs as well, expediting the issuance of unemployment certificates for SSS, Unemployment Insurance Benefit or SSS UIB, processing youth employability programs, AEP and certificate of exception revocation, and referrals. Also, lastly, interagency coordination, DOLE shall intensify its efforts with the DILG and the Bureau of Immigration to locate and identify employees of unlicensed internet gaming establishments po.
Okay, Mr. Chair, last na po. So ilan po yung affected na mga Filipino POGO workers? For the meantime na wala silang trabaho, ano yung mabibigay ng DOLE aside from the TUPAD? Meron po ba tayong iba pang ipoprovide sa mga workers natin, Mr. Chair? Kasi especially now na magki-Christmas, alam naman natin yung kahalagahan ng Christmas sa ating mga kababayan. Pag walang trabaho yan, walang means of, di ba, yung walang resources. So, paano na yung mga family?
Yes, Madam. DOLE has existing employment facilitations program that we could offer through our Public Employment Services Office po.
Well, Mr. Chair, pwede bang malaman kung gaano karami na itong workers na to? Have you determined the definite number of workers?
Madam, as of now, we don't have the data yet, but once we submit our position paper, we will include the number of the Filipino workers.
Okay. So hanggang ngayon, Mr. Chair, parang nag-aano ko no,
Nag-blast DOLE kasi the president has
Yes.
already
So na pa ito
so
eh.
na pa
Oo.
na may ban na eh. So may figures naman kayo dahil nagre-report naman sila ng kanilang, di ba, yung employment strength ng bawat yung companies kung ilan ng workers nila. So dapat may idea na kagad kayo kung ilan yung affected.
If I may, Mr. Chair, I will defer to my colleague here to answer that said question.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Mr. Chair. My name is John Enrico Obiad, also from the Department of...
Before you proceed, consolidated ba yung sagot mo na para sa lahat o total number na lang ha?
Yes, sir. It's the total number of profiled Filipino workers.
Okay.
So, in coordination with our DOLE regional offices, the number of Filipino workers who were affected to the banning of POGOs is around 27,790. This is for the direct Filipino workers, and as for the indirect Filipino workers, we have profiled 2,777 workers po, Your Honor.
Thank you. Conference.
So yun lang po no, Mr. Chair. At least meron tayong base data no kung gaano karami yung affected, yung 27,000. At gusto natin, Mr. Chair, na mabantayan ng komite na ito na talaga mabibigyan talaga sila ng trabaho, Mr. Chair. Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Congressman Akop. Yes.
May I ask-
Before